Good evening. I'm Chris Bury.
And I'm Barbara Pinto. A new approach is changing the way doctors treat a growing number of patients.
Personalized medicine allows doctors to use patients' own genes to predict and treat serious illnesses, including cancer, heart sickness, and even some diseases of the brain.
President Obama wants to dedicate hundreds of millions of dollars to advance this type of individualized care. But will drug and insurance companies sign on? And just how effective is it?
I thought my life was over.
After a devastating stroke in 2005, Alfred Thomas had trouble walking and speaking. He and his wife Deborah thought they'd endured the worst. But 4 years later, Thomas got even more bad news. He was diagnosed with advanced lung cancer, stage 4.
That was very, very hard. Something that was unexpected. Never would have even dreamed that after surviving a stroke, that I would be going through another devastating illness with my husband.
Chemotherapy put him in remission, but a year and a half later,
he had to take regular CAT scans and PET scans. And this one particular day, when he took the PET scan, it revealed that his cancer came back in the lymph nodes.
It was then Thomas found hope in personalized medicine. Doctors used his own genetic makeup to determine a targeted and effective treatment. Dr. Ravi Salgia from University of Chicago Medicine enrolled Thomas in a clinical trial where he was treated with a then experimental drug that helped his own immune system fight the cancer. What started as an enlarged cluster of cancerous lymph nodes in Thomas's lung shrunk by more than half.
He's been getting this immunotherapy for a long time now, and he's done incredibly well. So what personalized medicine does for us is really able to define what therapy would be the best for which patient, but then also try to minimize the toxicity.
Many doctors believe that this type of personalized health care can save more lives. A 2011 study from MD Anderson Cancer Center showed patients who received individualized therapy had a response rate 5 times higher than those receiving treatment not matched with their genetic profile.
When you take specific DNA from that tumor, you can understand who's going to respond to which drug in what situation. So the idea would be you analyze the tumor for the DNA and you can individualize the treatment according to the specifics of that tumor.
Dr. Michael Kaplan is the Chief Scientific Officer at North Shore University Health System, one of a few hospitals nationwide offering a personalized medicine program. He says using patients' DNA or their genome allows doctors to predict disease or detect it early and provide precision treatment. Dr. Kaplan believes personalized medicine will revolutionize the healthcare industry in the next 5 years.
We will all probably be carrying a jump drive, and we'll have our DNA on this jump drive, and we will go to our doctor or the ER or an urgent care facility with symptoms, and they'll say, can you knock in your jump drive? I want to look at the DNA. We'll make a decision about diagnosis and treatment.
Critics do not share Dr. Kaplan's optimism. They point to barriers including privacy issues, regulatory hurdles, and ingrained medical practices. And then there's the cost. Currently, a complete genomic test could cost up to $4,000, not covered by insurance. Medical experts hope that will change as testing prices decrease and more benefits to targeted therapies are recognized.
I think they'll be to this low level where insurance companies and Medicare and Medicaid are going to want to support that because they're going to find they're going to save money by having a patient's genome sequenced rather than just working through a routine approach.
This new approach enables physicians to use something called pharmacogenomics, allowing doctors to study how patients' DNA affects their response to medications. Mark Dunnenberger heads the pharmacogenomics program at North Shore University Health System. He believes this aspect of personalized medicine would improve treatment for patients and reduce their exposure to side effects.
Physicians are really good at getting the right drug at the right dose for the patient over the course of time. And what pharmacogenomics will allow you to do is to do that earlier. And so that's the really big key, is to have this information available before you're ever exposed to the drugs.
This targeted approach to medicine means one drug no longer fits all. Pharmaceutical companies could face expensive development costs and clinical trials for drugs that only benefit a small group of patients. Experts hope drug makers will also see potential benefits.
It's going to allow them to enhance their therapies and make them more targeted so that drugs that might not otherwise make it to market could make it to market.
Doctors say the personalized therapy Thomas received is prime example. Results from the clinical trial he was part of were so promising, the FDA approved the drug in March, months sooner than expected. That means Thomas will continue his biweekly infusions.
I wouldn't be here without it.
Everyone is not the same. Everyone's DNA is different. Everyone's chemistry, physiology is different. But a drug that is designed specifically for an individual, how can that go wrong?